Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Here's the Thing. And I know it's been a minute since I have been on. I did the whole let's circle back in January thing. And so here we are in January, circling back. And that means I am back with new and fresh episodes of Here's the Thing, where I hope that as you're watching, you feel inspired, you feel enlightened and educated. As always, super excited about the show today. I am kicking things off with a very, very good friend of mine, the one, the only, the wonderful Tracy Rowan Terry is here. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
So, quick backstory on me and Tracy. We've known each other for a long time. Like, we go back way back. Way back machine. And so Tracy is currently the owner of Joyful Party Co. If you have seen balloons at Razorback Stadium, or even like maybe you went to a friend's birthday and they had this beautiful balloon set up, it was probably from Tracy. So she is super creative. And so we're going to get into a lot of that because when Tracy and I first met, she had a business, but it was scrapbooking, and which was awesome because we were all kind of in our scrapbooking phase back then. So we're going to get into all of that. And really, Tracy, just a lot of lessons that you've learned as a business owner along the way. We know that it's, of course, the first month of the year rather. And for people's New Year's resolutions, maybe one of them is finally starting their business. And that's where you have been at one point. So sharing just some things that you learned along the way.
Sounds great.
Sounds good. Okay, so this is what we're going to get into on today's show. First, Tracy will spill a little bit of the tea, which we always do anyway, via group chat or in person. Having Win Right Cosmos, you know. One of the topics that we're going to talk about is our girl Beyonce hitting billionaire status. So we'll get into that. And we'll also get into what I'm calling the 2026 outlook. What's your word? Because that's something you always challenge our group to do, is pick out a word for the year. And then we'll get into a look back. And that's when we'll dig into kind of the lessons that you've learned. And then maybe even share a couple of things that would be helpful for people who are wanting to start their own business this year. So that's what we're looking at for today on Here's the Thing. All right. Okay. First things first, of course, because we have to talk about this, is our girl Beyonce. Do you remember when we went on the Lemonade tour?
Oh my gosh. We drove to Dallas. Do you remember that?
We did. But how long did it take us to get to Dallas?
Way too long.
12 hours. It wasn't that long, but it was a long time.
It was a long time.
We left during the daytime and we got there. It was nighttime.
Yeah, we took a few detours.
Yeah, that was a good time. We talked with Whitney for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that
along
was my
the way.
very first conversation with Whitney.
That was a good time. That was a good time. Okay, well, you're going to love this story then, because Beyonce hitting billionaire status. Forbes says the entertainer has become the 5th musician to reach billionaire status, joining her hubby, Jay-Z, and Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Riri, who we also love very, very much. If she would just drop one more album
Just
for
one
us.
more.
Just one more.
Yes.
Among her success stories, of course, the Renaissance World Tour, Cowboy Carter, which around this time last year, we all had an inkling that B was about to do something. We assumed it was a new tour.
Right.
We didn't know what it was going to be, but we knew it was going to be a tour. And I think February 1st last year is when she popped up Cowboy Carter Tour, and then shut down the internet, and then we all lost our minds, and also tried to rub nickels together to figure out how we were going to get there. I didn't get to Cowboy Carter. That's okay.
I have a shameless admission.
What?
I've never listened to Cowboy Carter.
Have you not?
Nope. I just know the songs that were on the radio. That's
Okay.
it. I've never listened to the full album.
Okay, let me say what you need to do, because all good things happen on road trips, especially when it comes to us.
Okay.
I actually, on a trip back to Chicago with Auburn, listened to Cowboy Carter because she went to the tour. Now, listen, Auburn was like the last person who was a Beyonce fan.
Right.
But seeing her on Renaissance and seeing her on the Cowboy Carter tour, now she's part of the Beehive.
She loves it now.
She loves it. So If you're on a road trip, listen to it.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
Well, I think I'm going to propose a small little road trip for my B-Day, so we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Also, Beyonce, Venus Williams, and Nicole Kidman are going to be co-chairs for this year's Met Gala. So that's going to be coming up. I think that's the first Monday in May. Oh. So that's going to be interesting.
Do they have a theme?
I don't think the theme has been announced yet. So we don't know, but she's a part of that chair committee. So
Beyonce, Nicole Kidman, and
Venus Williams. Oh. So we'll see what they
interesting.
We'll see what they come up with. Question for you: do you listen to any podcasts?
I do. Mel Roberts is one of my favorites. She's on rotation, and then I listen to a few business ones, and then one of my favorites is Black Girl Burnout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really good too.
Okay. Well, Netflix, because of course they stay trying to squeeze money out of us all the time. But this is something that I like that they're doing. They're actually reaching a deal with iHeartMedia to bring a couple of podcasts to Netflix.
Oh, really?
So The Breakfast Club featuring Charlemagne, The God, and then Chelsea Handler's Dear Chelsea. They're going to be among the 15 shows that are going to be heading to Netflix. The deal also signs an end of shows video versions on YouTube, but iHeartMedia will still hold the rights to the audio versions only. The shows are going to begin airing on Netflix next year. So that'd be cool. Just a different way to experience podcasts.
For sure. And, sometimes you can get behind on podcasts, but if you're just at home, kind of just have it on in the background while you're cleaning or something like that.
I always listen to podcasts on the way to work, and then that's it. I don't listen to them any other time, just when I'm in the car.
When
so
you're
that's
in the
it.
car.
Yeah. I kind of limit
on your way home.
On my way home, so yes. So
Okay.
on my way to work and then on my way home, those are the only times. I don't extend my listening outside of that. I don't know why. I don't know why.
That's enough.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
That's enough.
Okay, well, the Winter Olympics is coming up.
It's coming up.
And someone with a really high-pitched voice who just finished living her best life during the holiday season, Mariah Carey, is scheduled to perform at the Milan Cortina Olympics, the Grammy winner. She's the first international star named to perform at the ceremonies on February 6th, because that's opening ceremonies. The committee said Carey, quote, fully represents the emotional atmosphere that accompanies the run-up to the games. What do you think about, first of all, do you like Mimi? That's what I like to call her, because we're friends.
I like Mimi.
There's a but there.
I like 2000 Mimi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you listen to All I Want for Christmas Is You?
The whole album.
Okay, right.
The whole album.
Right. That was a good album. And I think we actually talked about that in the newscast. That particular Christmas album that Mariah Carey had, 1994, I think, when she released that. All I Want for Christmas Is You specifically always hits Billboard. I don't think there's another song that could possibly dethrone it. But my coworkers and I were talking, and somebody mentioned that Wham's Last Christmas was gaining some traction on All I Want for Christmas Is You. And I can see that because those two are super popular. You always hear those. So for me, it's All I Want for Christmas Is You, Last Christmas by Wham, the Kelly Clarkson song, that one, the You're Here. That's all the words I know. This Christmas by Donny Hathaway. Oh my gosh.
But you got
heavy rotation. Those are like my top songs that I always have to listen to. Also, I love Leslie Odom Jr.'s Christmas album, so those also get heavy airplay.
Have to put Let It Snow in there by Boyz
Yes.
II Men.
So I will admit, I did not put that in rotation this year because it was so warm. I just could not even, like if you're like, oh, I'm going to put this on
Christmas
so I can channel the coolness and the snow. No, ma'am.
Sorry.
No, ma'am. Maybe next Christmas.
It was very warm this year.
Maybe next Christmas, or as we know here in Arkansas, when it snows in May, then I'll put it on.
It will.
Because that's just,
the first week in May.
That's how we do up here in Arkansas. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk about words of the year. Did you choose yours yet?
I did.
You did? Okay. So we'll talk about that and how you always are a really good steward in our group and making sure that we choose a word for us for the year. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more. Here's the thing. I'm trying to multitask. It never works out correctly. Welcome back to Here's the Thing. Joining me today is one of my very, very best and dear friends, Tracy Rowan Terry. Tracy is the owner of Joyful Party Co., celebrations and balloon decor. I don't know how you do it. First of all, my nails won't allow me to go anywhere near a balloon, talking about tying it up or whatever.
You can do it. You can do it. Mine are almost like yours. So,
but see, you're a pro. So right. You probably have figured out ways to punch your balloons.
Pop them sometimes too, so it helps.
One thing that I love about the new year, of course, is people are feeling refreshed and everybody's in a reset mode. You know, we want to shake off 2025 from whatever happened, whether good or bad. We're just ready to start the new year off on a good foot. One thing that you do to encourage our group is you encourage us to make a word of the year. We've been doing that for a couple of years now,
yes,
picking our words of the year. So have you picked your word? And if you have, what is it?
I picked my word. Last year, my word was joy.
Mm-hmm.
So that worked out very well. And this year, my word is commitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How did you arrive at commitment?
I think it's just about being a little bit more consistent in some of the day-to-day things and just building a better routine, whether it's meal prep or, prepping my daughter's lunch at night, or just being a little bit more consistent and getting us on a routine than just kind of winging it every day.
Yeah. We do get into that mode too. It's like, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Like by the end of the day, if you're just burnt out, you're like, I'll figure it out tomorrow. But my new commitment is just to push through at night so that the mornings are a little bit easier. So.
Yeah. Have you started a couple of changes in your routine?
Yes.
Okay.
I have started a few changes, but also one of my commitment goals for the year is to, in order to succeed, it doesn't have to mean recovery.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to mean burnout. So committing myself of not pushing too hard to burnout just to have success.
Sure. And then even trying to figure out where that line is.
It's a very thin line.
Yeah.
It's a very thin line, but after being in the business for so many years and having a business for so many years, I am out of that hustle culture era. And I'm too old for that. Like, I could see some of the younger entrepreneurs, they're hustling, they're taking every, opportunity. But I'm in a phase of life that's just not where I am.
Yeah. I picked dare as my word of the year.
You need that.
And we talked about this in our text group. And for me, people say, oh, don't operate in fear. Don't let, being scared stop you. Yeah. Hi, that's me. I don't know the root of that. But I do operate a lot in fear because it just makes me nervous. I think it's more so like, what if this actually works out and I get everything I want? Which should actually make me like work harder, but it has the opposite. As a Libra, I just get really overwhelmed very easily.
I think also with you, it's more of a stability thing.
Yes, I do like stability, and I don't like to really rock the boat a lot because like once I get in a really good space, anything that threatens to disrupt it, now I'm all discombobulated. And so I'm like, So I chose dare because I was like, well, what if you dared yourself to try these things that you've been wanting to do and it actually works?
Do you want to share one thing?
There's a couple things. Okay, so for a while, like maybe almost 2 or so years ago, if not longer, a friend of mine, Elizabeth, built a website for me. So I actually have it. It's up.
I've seen it.
I'm paying, for the website, jaclynhouse.com.
Yeah.
But I haven't done anything with it. And I think initially I was like, oh, I'll post, events I'm emceeing, or, maybe if I'm like feeling really inspired by something, and I'll just kind of share something that really stuck with me, and, I'll put that on my website as well. None of that is there.
But that's life.
And a lot of that is procrastination.
Okay.
Which when I send this to my sister, she's going to be like, yes, I do procrastinate.
She is.
That's, I'll just do it later. I'll just do it later. And then later turns into, a couple of years.
A couple of years later.
So that is one thing, is to really start putting things on my website. I don't know what my goal is with it yet.
You don't have to.
I think I'm just wanting to be consistent and make sure I'm contributing to the website.
You don't have to have a goal.
Yeah.
Just do it.
That's one of the things. Another thing I'm trying to be more, I'm daring myself to do, is just doing things that just make me scared altogether. So for the past couple of years, I've been working on my social media presence. And at one point it got really, really good. And I was like on it all the time. And then I started to slack off because I'm like, it becomes a lot. And if you're one woman showing it, a lot of creators out here will feel me on this, because if you're by yourself and you're doing it, you just get so overwhelmed, and it's like, I don't want to post just for the sake of posting. I want to be authentic in what I'm doing. And so honestly, if I don't feel super authentic about it, then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like fake the funk for people. But I do want to dare myself to have a lot more fun on my social media. Like, I created it because I wanted people to know what it was like to be, a Black woman here in Northwest Arkansas. Okay. Because there are some nuances there in our community. So like, yes, you can move here from a bigger city and have a thriving life. Let me show you how. And I feel like I've slacked off on that a lot. Okay. So I'm daring myself to do a little bit more there and just have a lot more, a lot more fun. We've reached a point in our lives where we've lost people that have been very near and dear to us. And so I think it's almost like I'm thinking about them, like, just dare yourself to get out there and do it, because you are still here.
Every day.
Yeah. So those are just two of the things.
You can do it.
I know you're going to hold me accountable. I know Lo. I can like see Lo listening to this and being like,
I know.
So I know she's going to be like, girl, did you do X, Y, Z?
Now,
she's very good at holding me accountable.
I can't really push you on social media because I took a whole social media break. So there's a deal with that.
But that's okay. Because as a business owner, you post a lot. Because you're doing a lot, though. You were, though.
I was, but I haven't posted in a couple months. And that's probably one other thing that I need to be consistent and commit on is posting. However, there's a whole, mental thing about that, too. So
I also get overwhelmed by rules, even though I'm rule-oriented. So if the rules are already established and I'm already following them, then I'm good. But if there's an introduction of a new set of rules that I have to then learn and incorporate, then I'm like, it's too many rules, I'm out.
Like what?
Like, there kind of are some rules on social media, like how often you should post and stuff like that. And so that kind of gets me in the weeds, where I'm kind of like,
well, I think
3 times a week at this, I'm like, or there are some things also that are out there to make it easier. Like, you can schedule and stuff like that. But again, if there's some rules and it's like, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to go and click this button and then do this and then batch create all your content and then store it here. And I was like, those aren't rules that I have.
And that's why I checked out.
Incorporated into my life yet.
Right.
And it sounds too complicated.
It's a lot.
So I'm out.
It's a lot. Like, it was taking me like an hour to create a reel at one point in time, just to make it perfect and everything. And I was like, this is too much.
But I'm seeing a lot of creators just post it anyway. And a couple that I've watched have done it anyway, even when they knew it wasn't like perfect.
Okay.
There was one lady I was looking at, and she was like, oh man, I realized that I didn't do X, Y, Z. She was like, but I posted it anyway.
Hey, it is what it is.
So
maybe that's what we should start doing.
Get out of our heads.
And
a little bit.
I don't know if you have to have a schedule. Just be consistent.
Okay, that's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
So don't think of it 3 times a week. Just think about it as just showing up when you want to.
Yeah.
Your followers will be there.
Yeah.
They like you anyway.
That's a good point.
And you're doing a great job on TikTok.
Whoa. Okay.
The person who never said they would be on TikTok.
Correct. See, this also a lot because I'm a Libra. Listen, managing social media accounts is a lot. And so adding another social media, I was like, absolutely not. Like, I get everything I need to do and all my, hee-hees and kikis off Instagram. And that is very true. So I am still learning TikTok. I actually need to post today.
But I learned so much more on TikTok.
I know that's what a lot of people say. Instagram. And maybe because I haven't been in it as long as you have, I don't feel that way yet. Oh. I feel like it's been a fun time so far, but I'm still very much Instagram. I'm still an Instagram girly.
When you fall into a TikTok hole, let me know.
Okay, I will.
Because there's some holes out there.
Uh-oh.
Like just random.
Okay. We are going to take another break, and then when we come back, we'll get into Joyful Party Co. We'll even take it back some to From Me to You Creations.
Okay.
As well, if you want to. So
we can.
We'll get into that when we get back from Here's the Thing.
Okay.
Welcome back to Here Is the Thing. We're just two girlies chatting about all the things. We talked about Beyonce. I just also want to back up a little bit to Beyonce because all roads lead to Beyonce.
All of them.
Always. What is your favorite Beyonce song?
Oh, it's so many. Okay. Slow or fast?
Either one. If you have a favorite from both.
Okay.
Share both.
I like back in the day, I Miss You off
Yes.
of 4.
That's a good one.
That's one of my favorite slow songs. Oh, Thick is good.
Yes.
Thick is good.
Yes. Actually, one of my recent Instagram posts has that song on it.
Does it?
Yes.
Yeah, Thick is a good one.
That's a good one.
I
don't know if it's my favorite, but it's just the one that sticks out right now because I recently listened to it. I love Partition.
Of course.
Partition hits every time. I also love Already, which is on the Lion King soundtrack. I love that one. I love Cozy.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Don't name any from Cowboy Carter because I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. But Blackbird is really, really good, which isn't her original song, of course, but the collaborations on there are really, really good.
Okay.
But also another question, more so a call to action, is that Auburn has already said that we're going to
the next
Act 3.
Okay.
So we just gotta, rub our nickels together
so
a little bit harder to populate and go somewhere.
But where?
Right. And that's what she said. She was like, it don't matter where. But for Cowboy Carter, the people said that the Paris show was real good.
Oh.
So, my passport is current.
But wasn't Vegas the last show that she brought Destiny Child out on?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. But Vegas is always a good time.
Houston is always a good one for her.
Yeah, for sure.
And Atlanta is always a good one for her.
Okay.
Because she brings out some of the artists that are from there.
Okay.
Right? So we'll have to, but Paris.
The passport is updated. So.
I'm ready.
But yeah,
fun.
that's our call
What
to
do
action.
you think Act 3, have they said what Act 3 is?
No, but the Beehive Rumor Mill thinks it will be a rock album.
I think so too.
I could totally see that. Beyonce's voice leans towards that.
Yeah.
So she would totally kill
I see her
it.
like Tina Turner, all that.
I see some of that. I also see like some harder stuff. Like I love Paramore, and so I can see her kind of leaning into that. Like a collaboration with Beyonce and Hayley Williams would be
The bomb.
I would love that so much. But we'll see. Like I said, I think it was February 1st last year.
Okay.
She announced Cowboy Carter. And also let me back up and say, I did not think she would do another tour after Renaissance, because Renaissance was so huge. I went to see the movie because I didn't go to the tour, was crying within the first 10 minutes of it. All the effort that she put into it, I just did not think she would want to do any of that again. Also, mind you, she had just also come off Beachella like a few years before that, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, ain't no way she gonna do another tour. And while she did keep Cowboy Carter kind of smaller scale than Renaissance,
right,
still, she didn't skimp on costumes. She didn't skimp on any of that from what I could tell from social media. So
right.
if she is doing an act 3, it's going to be the big one. And then she might dip on us for a little bit.
It?
She might dip on us for a little bit.
I
don't know. Remember when we thought Riri was going to...
Riri is...
We miss you, Rihanna. Just will you please
just keep the Riri gloss popping, and
will you please just drop one more, and then you could be done to raise the children, because they're so cute.
She's not gonna do it.
I know.
She just keeps letting us down.
Okay, see, once again, all roads lead to Beyonce. We're supposed to be talking about you and your business.
Listen,
Okay. Sorry. Pivot.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So Joyful Party Co.
Yes. Formerly known as
From Me to You Creations.
From Me to You Creations.
So do you want to start where you are now, or you want to take us back in a Wayback Machine to From Me to You Creations?
I don't know. Okay, so Joyful Party Co. will turn 18 next week.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
That is crazy.
I'm older than I look. And it started out as From Me to You Creations. As you mentioned earlier, I was scrapbooking. Actually with a mutual friend, Candace Jones, and we just did scrapbooks because back then you had to actually take pictures and get them developed. And that's all you could do. So we had boxes and boxes of pictures. So we were Hobby Lobby snobs, and we waited on the Sunday Hobby Lobby ad to come out to see if the scrapbooking stuff went on sale that week. So yes, and that turned into wedding invitations and other social invitations. And then that was years ago. And then I started doing shirts for the Lemonade concert.
Yes, because we all wore one.
Oh, we all had one with each different song on it.
Yes.
That's when I started doing T-shirts. One of my very first shirts was Wake, Pray, Slay.
Okay.
And I posted on Etsy, and do you know Beyonce people shut it down because...
Baby, because what you're not going to do
is get her coins, okay? And so, so it went into T-shirts. I was already selling party supplies by then on Etsy. And then balloons, I went to a balloon conference right before COVID hit for a week. And then once COVID hit and everybody went inside, T-shirts and party supplies slowed down, but balloons took off. And so that's where we are now. We still have 3 Etsy stores and balloons.
Yeah, and I want to pull back up. This is your Instagram, everybody. So this is Joyful Party Co.'s Instagram. And again, beautiful. Look at this Woo Pig Suey. So you have seen this on campus. This is from Tracy. Yeah. How long does it take you? Like, okay, I'm looking at one. This is actually the Daiso arch that you did. How long did it take you to do that?
Not long, but I have muscle memory now to do that. So that's probably about an hour and a half worth of work. Now, then you have to load it up, and then you have to, get it there, set it up, all that. And that day, it was so hot outside. And by the end of the day, they actually thought they were going to be able to use that the next day. And I went back at like 6 p.m. and they were all gone. All the balloons had popped.
Well, because it was hot that day.
Yeah,
so
it might have been like August. and hey, in the summertime, I tell people this is not going to last all day. So
right.
just know they are balloons and they expand with heat. And it is what it is. They wanted it. It lasts for several hours, but it didn't last all day.
Okay. Well, it's beautiful as always. I'm always looking at it and I'm like, I know. I can't. It's not computing in my mind, but it computes in yours. So listen.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes. Being creative can be exhausting. Like your brain never shuts down.
Yeah.
Your brain never shuts down. And this industry, like mentally, I'm already at graduation. So you don't really get to live in the moment of just life sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you're forecasting and planning things already ahead. So that's a somewhat downfall of, being in an event-based industry.
Okay, let's hold it there because I have all the questions.
Okay.
When we come back, we're going to take another break. But then don't worry, we'll be back with more. Here's the thing. Well, it is January, of course, and here we are in a new year and a new month. A lot of people, Tracy, are like, you know what? This is the year that I launch X business.
Okay.
You've been there.
I've been there
before. In a previous break, we were talking about, making the switch from Me to You Creations. You realize that people were not doing like the paper projects anymore. Plus the pandemic hit. So, the celebrations in person were slowing down, but you noticed the balloon piece of the business was blowing up. At what point did you realize, okay, the balloon is where it's at, and then maybe let me shift out of maybe the party supply piece?
I don't know if it was a choice. It was more COVID than anything. And it was just trying to keep the business alive during COVID. So the balloon decor, since everybody was outside, it was easier to do some of the yard decorations and parties outside. And since everybody was social distancing, balloons just kind of took off during COVID. And since then, we've picked up some corporate clients and, bigger schools and things like that. So we're just in it. Like now it is what it is. So we're here. We still have the Etsy stores, but they are back burner now.
Okay.
They're more like an evergreen type income and base versus the balloons.
Yeah. When you were first getting into it and you were like, you know what, this can be a business for me. And I'm talking about like when you were doing From Me to You Creations. What was the point to push you over to say, okay, I'm going to launch this and just see where it goes?
I don't know. I think it was just having a hobby. And I think when people start asking me to do it and paying me for it, it was like, okay, well, let's explore this a little bit and actually get it legit with the bank account, with the, registered with the state and everything. So we can actually grow in a correct way versus it being more of a hobby. So I think that was the biggest deal because, I was still working then and I worked for several years, 10 out of the 18. That, so there was a lot of late nights and a lot of no sleep and all of that.
Yeah. Looking back, knowing what you know now, looking back, what would current Tracy tell Tracy who was just starting?
Oh, I think it would have to go back to that hustle mentality of there's seasons for hustle, but you can't do it for multiple years over and over and over again. you start missing out on things in life. You start missing relationships, take a back toll. You don't get to experience some of the things that your friends do or your peers do. There's a lot of trips that I missed. There's a lot of, different things that happen that I couldn't do because I was actually hand making invitations.
I think about that shadow box.
Oh my gosh.
For Chloe.
Oh. It's framed in the office. It's the very first creation that I pretty much did invitation wise. Like, was my best friend's baby shower invitations. Yeah. And it's framed up.
Anything else you would tell your beginning self when you're launching?
Have grace on yourself.
Yeah.
Have grace on yourself. And it's okay to notice your competition, but don't get too engrossed in what they're doing. What they're doing, how they're doing it, all of that can be a real big mental funk. And it can get you to a place where you are doubting yourself and your skills and your creativeness.
Yeah. How has social media played a role in your business over the years?
I hate it.
That's because you have to manage it yourself.
I do, but I just think that for me, it helps with, getting your product out and letting people know what you do and all of that. But when it goes into and it starts messing up with your mental capacity of you comparing yourself, or like I went through a whole season where I didn't post because mentally I was posting for other balloon artists and I wasn't posting for customers.
Oh, I see. To be like, look at me, look what I can do.
Well, not only that, I was thinking they were judging my work.
Okay.
So as a balloon artist, I'm looking at the errors I see and I'm thinking other balloon artists are going to come in and see the same errors. Okay. When in reality, I really just need to be posting for my customers because all they see are pretty balloons. So those are the type of things that you have to deal with sometimes with. And so to get out of that, I think I'm going to hand my social media over in 2026.
Okay.
And just let somebody else have it.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah. And we're scrolling through your Joyful Party Co. social media right now. And I mean, it is so beautiful. I mean, the bright colors, the designs. So some of these I'm looking at, like, I remember this one is from the Black Business Expo. Do you do the designs on your own, or is that a collaboration between you and your client?
So with the Black Business Expo, Krista Wilkins challenges me every year to do something for the ceiling. And that year that you're showing, only thing she said was, I want a chandelier. That's it.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And so we created a chandelier. And then the next year we did a different version of the chandelier. So this year will be year 3.
Okay.
For a chandelier if we decide to go that route.
And I mean, look at this one. This looks so good and so cute, so colorful. The squiggly balloons are so cute. And I'm seeing a couple like marbled balloons.
Yep, some marble balloons. That was for a birthday party for a little boy. I want to say, yep, that too. And his mom wanted his name across the table. That's his whole name across the table. And she wanted it kind of floating. So those are like columns. And that's a garland straight across. And then his name is straight across.
I love that.
That was actually at the airport in Bentonville.
Louise Staten.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In the hangar. That was a kid's birthday party in the hangar.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you have a full-on staff?
I did. I did. During COVID, I actually had like 4 or 5 ladies that worked with me. Since then, I'm probably usually down between 1 and 2.
Okay.
At any given time. You know, I tend to hire a lot of college students since we're in a college town.
Yep.
So I have to adjust around summers and Christmas break and spring break and different things like that. So it is what it is. And I have enlisted some family members and friends sometimes when I needed a little help. So, but yeah, for the most part, about 2 part-time staff.
I remember when the business was still From Me to You Creations, and you would do shows. So you're at the boutique show a few times, and I volunteered my services to work for you. We had such a good time.
Bridal shows, boutique
shows,
junior league shows.
One thing that I always notice is that you always like the trend. So like at this particular show that I'm remembering, fleece leggings.
Don't do it. Do not do it.
Fleece leggings were like the thing.
The thing. Chasing money.
Listen.
As a business owner.
The way we wore out those fleece leggings. And let me just also say they were cute because you had a liquid pair. So it's like liquid, but it was
leather.
Fleece.
Leather. Leather.
And you remember the wraparound scarves that a lot of people were wearing? So you had those. I mean, it was so fun.
It was too much.
It was a good time.
Too much. And that's another thing. Do not chase money. Stick to your brand. Like, why am I selling fleece leggings next to paper straws? That is ridiculous.
That was real good. We wore those leggings out.
Oh my gosh, to the point where like they were peeling in between the legs.
But in the wintertime, they kept us really warm.
And we had every color.
And they was real good. They held everything in.
They were great. They were great. We had every color. Chocolate, brown, blue. Oh my gosh. And we had plus size too.
Yes. Yes. And, you know, the decision when you say, you know, don't chase money, like really stick to your brand. Was that part of like, okay, you know, you're looking at what you're offering is like, okay, again, why do I have these fleece leggings next to these paper straws?
Yes. But that is like, that might have been like year 7, right? So you just learn how to pivot. But when you're pivoting, because of course, From Me to You has taken several different directions.
Right.
At least stay somewhat in the same family and realm, because the fleece leggings was random, right? Like just completely
random.
But
everybody had them.
Everybody had them.
Yes.
It was a great, great come up for that season. But like the t-shirts, and they evolved into like wedding t-shirts and bridesmaid t-shirts, which stuck with the brand. So just stick with your brand and don't kind of just randomly go off in tangents, just chasing money or what the shiny thing is.
We have one final break to take, and then when we come back, you've already shared some great nuggets. Just any advice that you may have for someone who is like really like deciding, okay, I'm going to push the button. I'm going to launch this year. So just any kind of parting words that you may have for those people when we come back with Here's the Thing.
Okay.
Don't mind us, just 2 girlies reminiscing about some wild times.
Oh my gosh.
That include the city of New Orleans and how it's really a time warp. Real quick, I just want to share. We had gone to New Orleans with some girlfriends. A time was had. A time was had. And I would just...
been several times.
Yes. I would just say this. When we went into one place, it was daytime. And I mean daytime like 11 o'clock. Maybe noon. Maybe it was noon.
Yeah.
And when we came up out of there, it was dark. Like 8 p.m. We were like...
Wait, but do you remember the one time we went to the concert and then when we were walking home, the sun was coming up?
Yeah. Right.
We went out after the concert and we wore heels back then.
That was very foolish.
Street.
That was
Why?
very foolish. You know, if y'all want me to do an episode and Tracy come back and we relive some of those times, just let me know. Just let me know. Okay.
I don't know. Some of those might need to stay in the vault.
Yeah, and that can't be an hour. That has to be like 15 minutes, you get a little tease, and that's it. Because some of those just
need to stay
where we were at the time. Yeah. Okay. A few parting words for people out there. Again, there may be someone out there. It's like, yes, this is the year for me. I'm going to start my business. What are some things you think people should know?
It doesn't have to be perfect when you start. However, it needs to be as legal as possible.
Okay.
Right? So get your bank account, get it set up with the state, however you want to set it up, LLC, S Corp, corporation, however you want to set it up. Make sure you have a separate bank account. Go ahead and open up a checking business account and a savings business account.
Okay.
If you're going to do resale, you need to get in touch with the state finance department so you can be taxed and turning your taxes every month initially, and then you might be quarterly or yearly. It's very important to pay your taxes.
Yeah. Yes. Please.
Your state taxes. So when most people get shut down for taxes, it's state taxes.
That's interesting. Okay.
Right? So when you go to Walmart, you pay a sales tax, right? When people use me, they pay a sales tax. I have to turn that tax back in. Right. That's not my money.
I'm going to say you don't keep that.
Monthly.
Okay.
I have to. Don't spend that money. They will come after you.
Okay.
They're looking for you and their money, right? And if you don't file, they'll estimate what you made.
Nice.
They're going to get it.
They're like, you're rich.
Way, right?
You're rich. Cut us a check now. And
exactly.
You're like, I don't have it. I don't have it.
I paid the light bill with it. And they don't want to hear that at all. So that's important.
Okay.
Pay your state taxes, because when businesses get shut down, 9 times out of 10, it's not a federal tax. It's a state tax that's shutting that business down. And let's see, what else? Make sure you check in with your city.
Oh, okay.
And what kind of business licenses you need with the actual city and county, because apparently even Washington County here recently discovered me, and I have to assess in the county, which I didn't know, and they didn't know about me. So, hey, there we go. So we're we're now getting assessed like your personal property. Every year you assess your business too, apparently. And just those little things. One of my goals last year that I did not finish was if the crap hits the fan plan. And as a business owner, you need to know, like, if something happens to you, what happens to your business. You need to know, like, if it's an LLC, it actually can go into probate. It doesn't really go to the next. It can kind of go to the next living relative, but if you're single, that could be like your uncle that you don't want to run your business. So things like that you need to know. So have a plan in place. Like if something actually really, really happens to you, what is posted on social media? How are outstanding invoices or jobs or things like that taken care of that people have already paid you for their services that are on your books? So you need like a emergency binder of all that information, bank accounts, all of that stuff. So that is definitely something I definitely need to finish this year and have like a correct will set up. And if you want to trademark your brand, all of those different things. So the legal stuff is the stuff that is more important, I think, now on the back end than just a logo and a pretty website.
Okay. Good tips from the one, the only, Tracy Rowan Terry. I want to pull up your Instagram one more time. Here it is, Joyful Party Co. So if you've got any kind of celebration coming up, go to Joyful Party Co. And the website, right there. There's several links right there that will take you to the website to get your celebrations popping. Tracy, I appreciate you. You actually have a birthday coming up soon.
I do.
You're doing me a huge favor by being here today, so I owe you not one, but two Winter White Cosmos. That's one of our traditions that we've been doing for a very long time. So we shall keep that rolling. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. It's just been so fun just to kind of get like a little bird's eye view from the sideline, watching you grow. And it's been super, super cool to see. So I appreciate you. And for people wondering if you do free jobs for me, the answer is no. I also get invoiced, and that's fine. Listen.
That's a business tip.
You have a business to run. Rowan needs gymnastics lessons, ice skating lessons, softball,
my dog
all the
loves
things.
Chips. I have to
Sarge has a chip budget, so
all that.
That's all important.
That's important.
I also get invoiced. So, Tracy, thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you, and I am looking forward to your year of dare.
Yes.
You want to go skydiving?
No, we ain't. Listen, let me get off here because I was about to say something. No, ma'am.
That's a dare.
That's a dare that potentially won't end well. I'm not there yet. Maybe in the
something
later,
a little less dare-ish.
Yeah, that doesn't involve me jumping out of a plane.
Well, you don't really jump. You just kind of fall forward.
Nope. That's even more terrifying. All right, we got to go. Tracy,
Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to download our 479 First streaming channel. That is the only way you can see shows like Here's the Thing. It is available on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. I will see you next week. You know the drill. Until then, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.